Hello, my name is Iliana Acosta Ruiz, and this is my creative critical reflection for the film my group and I created called The Weight of Expectations. Let's dive into what our film, The Weight of Expectations, is about. Our film is about the main character, played by Juliana Crossland, going through the stresses of being a student athlete. This film begins with Juliana being abruptly woken up by her 5:30 alarm and rushing to get ready. We then film each step in Juliana's day and highlight how repetitive it all becomes. The genre of our film is drama or narrative fiction, which uses usual conventions that leads me to the first question. How does your product use or challenge conventions, and how does it represent social groups or issues? Overall, our film is about the suffocating lives student athletes have daily and the pressure put on them, causing them to be stretched very thin. It is also about the repetition and lack of excitement in their lives. The social group represented is teens who feel overworked. The film uses a lot of conventions that the average teen would have today. The way the bedroom is made to look like a messy room a teenager would typically have, and the busyness of a high school classroom accurately portrays how these are usual. Another convention used to represent an average teen is the costuming. The film includes brands that you would see high schoolers wearing today. The character chosen to portray a teenager is accurate because she is a teenager herself. The next question is, how does your project engage with audiences, and how would it be distributed as a real media text? The film begins with a startling introduction that grabs the attention of the audience. The use of the soundtrack Nothing's New by Rio Romeo and the unsettling repetition in it helps add to the viewer's anxious feeling while watching. The film is also left with a cliffhanger that leaves the viewers wondering what the rest of the movie is about. If our film was a real production, it would be introduced to the public first by a movie trailer to get people excited. Then, movie posters would be displayed in theaters. To further promote the film, I would create official accounts for the film to share behind-the-scenes footage, interviews with the cast, and other content to gain anticipation from the audience. Once the movie is ready for release, it would premiere in theaters and the public can buy tickets to watch it on the big screen. Eventually, it will be available for streaming or purchase online. The overall goal is to create excitement around the film. The third question is, how did your production skills develop throughout this project? My production skills developed a lot in my ability to overcome obstacles, like last-minute changes in things like angles, shot size, and lighting. One example is when we kept on having to change the angle in the scene to make the transition more smooth. Another obstacle we overcame was staying focused. Since the three of us are friends, things tended to be more funny, which extended the amount of time it took us to film. We kept having to re-record scenes because we messed up or because we started laughing. We also needed to change certain shots so that there was variations within our film. We ended up using rule of thirds, central framing, and a variety of other shots in our film. For the fourth and final question, how did you integrate technologies in this project? The entire film was recorded on an iPhone 13 on the regular camera, and the cinematic feature was used. A piece of hardware technology that we used to record our film was a tripod. This helped keep framing still and secure. Softwares that were used were LumaFusion and CapCut, which allowed us to place clips and trim them. It also allowed us to add sounds over and insert transitions into our film. Lastly, it helped us put the title, credits, and other things over the project. Using these new technological features really helps add character to the film. Lastly, I just want to take a moment to say how grateful I am for the opportunity to learn the process of filming, directing, and editing of a film. It was a very interesting process, beginning with the storyboard and being able to narrate all of the steps on my blog. My partners and teacher were very helpful, so another thank you to them for this opportunity.